season on Sunday against Chorley. Where do you think we went wrong?
Yeah, I had a lot of time to reflect on that one. I thought Chorley were really good, to be honest with you. Didn't know anything about them going into the game, didn't have any footage to analyse them. I think they probably, looking at the way they set up, probably had 1 or 2 games on us, so had quite a little bit of an edge perhaps. So I think for the first 20-30 minutes, I think they perhaps caught us out in 1 or 2 areas. But as the game went on, I thought we got control of the match and nullified a lot of the things that they were doing, got on top. But ultimately, from our point of view, I just thought it was an inefficient performance, because we've had enough chances and moments again in that game, probably to have scored at least 3 goals on an average day. I can't believe that we haven't scored 1 or 2 of the chances and moments that we had, and they've gone and scored from 40 yards with the first kick of the game. So it's a difficult game for us to sort of take, but we need to be better in the final third, because the chances were there to easily win the game from our perspective.
Yeah, and Molly Fair picked up a bad injury in that game. Is she doing all right?
Yeah, she's recovering quite well. I've had a couple of messages and a couple of chats with her. I didn't actually see the incident myself, but it's one of those that it could have been a lot worse. I mean, she's split open her head and broken a finger. I think question marks have to be raised around the health and safety of the ground there, because whilst it's a nice ground and it probably meets minimum standard requirements, to have a metal frame and bar going all the way around the pitch 2 metres outside, it's self-evident from the incident that it's dangerous. And so whether it was a penalty or not in the incident, I couldn't say, because like I said, I'd turn my back on it. A lot of our fans and players were angry because they felt it should have been a penalty, it was dangerous, but it's just one of probably 3 or 4 controversial moments in the game.
Yeah, and since then you've been nominated for Manager of the Month for August. How does that feel?
I think from a staff and everything point of view, it's great. We had a very tough, we won obviously 3 out of 3 for the month, but it was a tough month as well. You know, Leeds, Stockport, they expected to be 2 title challengers. Donny were in great form at the back end of last season. So I think it was a very difficult start. So I think to have won those 3 games, we played well. So it's, you know, a nice little pat on the back, I guess, in a sense, whether we win or not, for all the staff and players.
Yeah, next up we've got York City in the Cup. How are you feeling going into that one based off the last game?
Yeah, I think we played really well in the last round of the Cup. I just wonder whether sometimes the players feel the weight of expectation on their shoulders a little bit, and when they play in the Cup, same as a little bit last year, they play with a lot more freedom and a lot less pressure. So we'll mix the squad, we'll rotate it the same. We've said all along that that's what we're going to do in the Cup competitions. So there'll be youth players and those that haven't had as many minutes as we'd like, getting opportunities. We might experiment with formations. We're discussing that internally, and maybe look at something tonight in training. And so, but York, you know what, they're improving. I like the manager, what he's doing there. They try and play good football. Okay, there's a few players I've worked with there in the past that I know are high quality, and I know they've got a real threat up front. So we'll still have to be very, very good to get anything from the game.
The past 2 seasons we've had good runs in this competition. Is it something that you're looking for again this season, or are you focusing more on the league?
We're obviously focusing on the league. I think that goes without saying. There is a little bit of prize money in this competition, which does give a bit of an added incentive. I think we've done well in the last 3 years in this competition, incidentally, because we made the final 3 years ago in it. So we've made the quarterfinals and final for the last 3 years. So we do have a good history in the competition. But as you've just said there, you're right. The league is our bread and butter and what we want to focus on. If we do well in the Cup, then great.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.